Good morning. Good morning. It's September the 3rd. We're 3 days into 50 days of holiness. I'm Pastor House, and I've issued a 50-day challenge and trying to get 100 people to go with me on a 50-day journey. I have to date lost 100 pounds and 50 more to go to get to where science or doctors say is my ideal weight. And, I'm not, my mechanic always says, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I mean, he says it's branded in my brain. He says, House, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. So, unfortunately, this is not my first rodeo. I've been here before, and that's why I'm not trying to make a big deal out of it. But I do want to take the time because of experience to share with somebody that uh, may ask me, may get in my inbox and ask me, how did you do it? How did it happen? And I joke with this and say, I'm on that new diet, Slim Slow. And that was from the Clumps, the Nutty Professor. But there is some keys, some nuggets that I can share. And as I do this 50 pounds, this last 50 pound, uh, I'm going to take 50 days to allow you to go with me and see this process. One reason is, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I am. I remember I had just left the gym. I usually go to the YMCA here in Nashville in the Bordeaux area. Anybody that goes there knows that I've been a regular there for several years. So I'm leaving the gym. I'm going to Walgreens on Clarksville Highway, and I run into a pastor. Now, this pastor, I won't, for the sake of condemnation, I won't say his name, but this pastor had the surgery and had lost, pretty good amount of weight. He looked pretty good. And he said to me, he said, House, and I know he was joking. I'm sure he's joking. He's almost somewhat like a friend of mine. So he said to me, House, I heard that you got on drugs. And I said, huh? He said, yeah, they said you lost all this weight because you got on drugs. And that was about 5 years ago. And it hurt me really, 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 really bad because I was, you know, not as mature as I am today. Uh, and I'm like, well, no, dude, I just left the gym, and, unfortunately, you and I, we know that some people, they haters, they're going to think the worst, but it bothered me. And I'm thinking, so, man, I put all this work in. It took me 3 years, and I never had surgery like he did. Michelle said, go high, go high. They go low, you go high. Okay, Michelle. But it hurt me, and I'm like, and so people ask, when you lose 100 pounds as a person, and when people ask, so I've been here and done that, I got the t-shirt. It ain't my first rodeo. Unfortunately, my struggle, everybody has a struggle. I believe anybody of any age, and Pastor Clark always said, has something you be well to get rid of. And my struggle has always been with weight. I remember they used to call me and my brother Lil House. My dad, and we worked at Waffle House. They say Lil House. And guys would say, well, if he Lil House, I hate to see Big House. And then the waitress would say, well, you need to see his dad. Because my dad's always been a large guy, big hands, whatnot, and big frame. But he plays golf every day. Those of you know my dad. And probably don't have an ounce of body fat on him now. I'm so proud of him and his health. But even as a police officer, he was a big guy. So that runs in our DNA and our genes. We're big boned people, and so I've always struggled with. That's been my issue, the manifestation of it anyway. It's not the issue, but it's the manifestation. It's not the cancer. It's not the cancer, but it is a manifestation of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think everybody, the woman with the issue of blood, for example, went to 38 years, went to all the doctors, spent all the money, was none better, but Jesus passed by. And, the man at the pool, uh, will you be made whole? How can I? I don't have no help. Every time the water's troubled, I don't have nobody to help me. And, the man at the beautiful gate, James and John, silver and gold have we none, but such as we have, give unto you. Take up your bed and walk. So, the Bible's full of it, full of people that have had struggles. And I'm compelled in this season of my life, at 52 years old, I'm sensitive to others' suffering. I put a post yesterday about Ezekiel, and the Bible said 7 days he sat where they sat. And sometimes God will let you not only sympathize with people, empathize. He'll allow you to empathize with people. And that's where I'm at in this journey. So this video is for you or somebody you know that may be shut in, maybe in a hub around, going in Walmart, and they have to get to the little chairs, to get around, because I've been there and done that. I suffered with gout arthritis so bad. It was really a part of my choice to retire as a pastor, because I dealt with so much pain that for the last 2 years of being pastor of Mount Olive, active pastor of Mount Olive, most of the time I came to church in house shoes because I wasn't able to put shoes on my feet. Some of you may or not know that. But I struggle with gout arthritis. And gout arthritis, they say, is the rich man disease. It's really the result of a lot of what you eat and the enzyme that your body doesn't digest. It ends up being sand that in your joints that causes it to have inflammation. And it's painful. People ask, well, what does it feel like? The best way I can describe it is it feels like that joint is broke. That's how bad. You can't put no weight on it at all. If it's in the toe, you can't put a sheet on. It's extremely painful. And I meet people all the time that they so full of faith, and it's a gift. And I'm not trying to knock that, but they so full of faith that they believe you can believe your way out of everything. And it may be, you may be. Jesus walked on water, and Moses was able to God part the Red Sea for him. So I believe in faith. I believe in that. But I want to talk to somebody that deals with real issues. And so that might not be you. You can turn the video off. But if you do, or you know somebody that do and has struggled with health, I want to talk to you. I talk to a friend of mine all the time, and I tell her, I say, I ain't taking advice from nobody that ain't lost 100 pounds. She says to me, well, Jesus never lost one because he never needed to. So I get that. But I believe beyond any doctor, because there's so many theories about weight loss and what you should do. Everything you do, somebody say don't do. Somebody say drink 8 glasses of water, and then somebody say that's too much water. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm going to say. Your body will talk to you. It will tell you what it needs and what it don't. You got to listen to it. And if you don't listen to it, and you don't tell it sometime, no, you can't have that. You know what I'm saying? It wants cheesecake, but maybe we don't need cheesecake today. You got to talk to it. You got to tell it, you got to let it talk to you, and you got to talk to you. You got to have a relationship and a communication with your own body. It sounds crazy to some of you, but it's true. You got to get in tune with yourself. I want to talk about a few key nuggets. I've gone rambling long enough. First, water. Water. Your body's 70% of water. Your body, your kidney process average of about 58 gallons of water a day. Did you know that? 58 gallons. A functional, healthy kidney processes about 58 gallons of fluid a day. I pray that's water, mostly water, but for most of us it's Coke and Henny, or whatever. So, but hopefully most of that's water. 58 gallons a day goes through your body, through your liver. That's why it's important. Through your kidneys. That's why it's important that you keep plenty of fluids, that you hydrate it, but you hydrate it with the right stuff. I need you, if you struggle with gout, or you struggle with diabetes or high blood pressure, I need you to make a choice today in this challenge, 50-day challenge. You're going to make water your best friend. Let me tell you why. 70% of your blood is made up of water. This is science. Those of you that struggle with science, you're not going to get this. But 70% of your body is made up of water. Your kidneys flow, 58 gallons of water flow through your kidneys every day. 2/3 of your body compost, your entire body is made up of water. Water is essential. You can go several days without bread. Jesus said, I'm the bread of life. You can go several days without bread, but you can only go a few days without water, because he also said, I'm the water of life. You remember the woman at the well, right? A friend of mine's preaching that sermon recently, and they told me don't steal that. So I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that alone. But Jesus is the water of life. Water is essential. I want to challenge you in this 50 days challenge to get in the water. To get in the water. You know, I'm not endorsing a why, but if you got a pool at your complex that you can get away, social distance, get away, or you can make an appointment to go to some of these centers, like, you know, the centers, the public centers, you can make, I understand, appointments and get in the pool, get in the water. I'm going to give you some keys. I lost 100 pounds. I'm about to bless you. If you can't, go get one of those sauna suits online, Amazon, or Target has them, or you're too big like I was to fit them. Yeah, you're too big to fit them. Trash bag. Get your big old 60-gallon trash bag, because you ain't trying to be cute. You got to be willing to look bad for a while to look good a long time. Did you get that? You ain't trying to impress people that don't matter, picking fruit before it's right just to say you got it now. Alright? So get your trash bag, put it under your sweatsuit. Put bottom level, tie it at the bottom, top level, put your arms through, your head through, and then put your cute warm-up suit over it, okay? And sweat. And sweat. Get out and walk. Sweat. Do you realize every time you take a step, you're burning calories? And if you do it right, you're going to burn fat. Because what happens to a lot of people, have you ever seen people lose a lot of weight and they say, oh, don't lose no more? The reason they say that is because you're losing the wrong way. You're losing muscle mass. It's not enough to just see a scale and lose weight. I never go on a scale. I didn't go on a scale until after I lost 100 pounds. I ain't here a week on a scale, every month on a scale, because the scale don't tell the whole story. You want to build muscle mass. I'm still big. I'm going to be big. But I've lost a lot of fat. But I've gained muscle mass, and muscle is denser, Chanel. Muscle is denser than fat. So the scale ain't going to tell the whole story. You want to burn fat, but you want to build muscle because you don't want to look sick. You know, people look like they're all sick. I won't need surgery after losing this extra 50 pounds, 150 pounds. I won't need surgery because your body will naturally, the elasticity in your skin, if you get in that water, it'll pull back. It'll draw in. I ain't got all that fat hanging. Look at old pictures of my face and pictures of my face. Look at my, the muscles and in my arms that's coming. You see that? Because I'm building muscle mass and burning fat. The muscle mass will eat the fat if you do it right. So I want you to have a love affair. Well, I don't like drinking water. I know. I didn't either. But I need you to learn, because that's the lifeblood of life. Not Gatorade. It's okay to drink it sometimes. Not, all this other stuff. Energy. Water. Just water. Have a love affair with water. Get in the water. Sauna. Steam room. Hot tubs. I mean, I'm telling you. Some people gonna disagree. I get it. But did you disagree and lose 100 pounds naturally and don't have to have surgery? Okay. So, get in the water, sauna, hot tub, steam room. Personally, this is just me. I ain't lifted no weights. I ain't been on no treadmill really. I walk. Your body naturally has the ability to do it. As I got to feeling better, of course, I started doing push-ups, sit-ups, and walking. I'm training now for a 5K through an app, And so once I began to feel better, but the first 100 pounds, I didn't feel like it. All right, somebody gonna know what I'm talking about. And I want to talk to somebody that's sitting at home on the couch, struggling to get to the mailbox. That was me. Going to Walmart, getting in the chair, the Kroger's getting in the little chair because you can't walk through the store for whatever your health condition is or your situation. That was me. And tell you that you just start somewhere. I celebrate people. When I see people out that are, what we call morbidly obese, I hate that term, but are greatly overweight, and they're walking, I'm celebrating them, because you have to start somewhere. If your mom, your dad, your grandparent, somebody you love is on the verge or in a situation where they don't get out much, I want them to be going with me these 50 days. Go take them to Wholeness for Life on Facebook. Connect with them. Follow me as we go through this journey for these 50 days. And I'm going to show them how, from the hub around, from the wheelchair, from the couch, to get their life back. To get their life back. To get their life back. If you just go with me, it's going to bless you. I need you to have a love affair with water. Second tribute I'm going to give you is the nugget. Is oftentimes I found out that I thought I was hungry, but I really wasn't hungry. Sometimes if you go somewhere like McDonald's, not trying to beat up on them, because I can get what I need healthily anywhere in dailies. Because you just got to make the right choices and educate yourself. But when I didn't eat the right types of food, what I discovered was I always was hungry. If not in that moment, shortly after. Because what happens is your body's processing all of that food, right? Trying to find the vitamins and nutrients it needs to keep you moving and keep you healthy and keep you vibrant. And when you don't give it to it, you end up, your body saying, I need something else. I need something. You just ate, but I need something else. Because you don't have the right vitamins and nutrition. You're suffering from malnutrition because you're eating a whole lot of filler foods. Man, that's good. That's good. That set me free right there. When I learned it's not, you are what you eat. And it's about educating myself about eating the right foods and making the right food choices. Fruits and vegetables. Well, dieting is expensive. Don't have to be. Don't have to be. But you got to make the right choices. We are, as a society, are addicted to carbohydrates. You go into Family Dollar, not trying to beat them up. Go in the Dollar General store. Go into, these inexpensive type of stores. I ain't talking like the Whole Foods or the inexpensive store is full. Every shelf is full of carbohydrates. Full of them. We're addicted to carbohydrates. And in this journey, if you really, really, really get serious about it, you're going to have a detox from carbohydrates. Your body will go into DTs, withdrawals, and be craving French fries. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you. You're going to be craving carbohydrates. That's when you got to talk to your body and say, no, we've ate enough French fries for a lifetime. If we don't never have another piece of cheesecake, we be all right. You gotta talk to it, man. You gotta make a decision. You gotta say, hey, maybe moderation sometimes, but if you like me, I want to eat with a lot of preachers all the day. And the preacher said, man, how you keep your weight down? I'm thinking, first of all, I don't keep it down. I'm Big Luther, Lou Luther. I'm Sherman Trump, Comp, and Buddy Love. So I don't keep it down. So I'm just down a little bit right now. Not where I want to be, but I'm down. So, but I knew what he was asking. I understood what he was asking, right? So I'm like, well, what I try to do is, I try to, educate myself and eat right and get some exercise and, do all these kind of things. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Start somewhere. Educate yourself about the right types of things to eat and let your body talk to you and you talk to it. I don't think anything is a sin unless it's done in an abusive way. And modification, God has called us to. Not to be a glutton, not to be a drunkard. Anytime we just overdo nearly anything, it becomes wrong. So we have to make good judgment and make good decisions, especially in terms of what we eat and what we drink, what we put in the temple, what we put in the body. And that's what I want to do over these next 50 days. If you have not had the opportunity yet, I need you to go to Facebook and subscribe to Wholeness #4 Life. Wholeness #4 Life. Go with me these 50 days. We're going to be partnering with, I got a daughter in ministry, Micah. She's going to be doing some exercise for us, and we're going to go Facebook Live, and I'm going to be, encouraging those to go with her as she continues her journey to good health and wholeness. Also, I got another friend, Tamiko Gordon, that started a wellness ministry. She's focusing right now more on women, so I'm going to be sending you to her. And she also took her journey towards wholeness. And just a lot of folk along the way that I'm going to have chime in. It's been a blessing to my life and continue to be a blessing to my life on this journey towards wholeness. Let me end by saying there are four principles that I try to live by every single day of my life. If you're anywhere around my social media stuff, you've seen it a million times. But I believe that we ought to worship, that we ought, the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all this other stuff will be added unto you. I believe our first assignment is to seek God first, to worship him. Every day I'm going to challenge you in these 50 days to begin your day in worship. Put on your music. To spend some time in the presence of our Almighty God, to worship him, and then get you some word every single day. If you struggle with illness, find all the scriptures you can find on healing and take it as a dose of medicine every day. By his stripes I'm healed. All those scriptures that are connected to faith and healing, you ought to be hearing them every day. Be taking them like you take your vitamins or like you take your blood pressure medicine. You ought to be taking these scriptures every day. Get you some word. So you're going to worship. You're going to get you some word. And then I believe in working. You see me now. I'm on my own limo company. And I believe in working right now through Corona. Is a little different. But I believe that we ought to work. The Bible says, that we ought to work, that we ought to show ourselves approved, work in the word, and also work physically. So, don't sit on the couch eating jelly bread and biscuits. Get up, go to work. And then finally, we got worship, we got word, we got work, and then watch this, we got to work out. We got to get our bodies moving. Even if you're home, well, Pastor, I can't get out. I can't, I'm home, I'm shut in, I'm sick, my body, some people bedridden, I'm 500, 600, 700 pounds. These are the folks I want to minister to. If you're not that, somebody. Get them to wholeness, number 4 life. Because I want to talk to you, because we can do some stuff in the bed. We can do the stuff in the chair that's going to bring you back. Slowly but surely. You got to start somewhere. And I want to go with you for this 50 days to give you a kickstart, give you a good beginning. Will you go with me? Will you encourage somebody to go with me? Because I've been there and done that. I can sympathize and I can empathize. And I want to be a blessing to some folk. I want some folk like me to achieve wholeness in 2020. Jesus said, will thou be made whole? Wholeness is complete, lacking nothing. Wholeness is complete, lacking nothing. And I want to encourage you today. To worship God, to get you the work, get the word, to work, and to work out. Let's go together. I'm Pastor Charles House. Be blessed.